Hello and welcome everybody to the latest edition of the Jam and Cheese Show. Cheese, that is quite the...
It looks like I'm going to school again. Get everyone's signature on it.
It does look a bit childish.
Yeah.
Did you not? Did you choose the colour or?
I did choose.
You can just go white, traditional.
Nah, there wasn't white.
normal.
There was blue, green, pink, purple. I wasn't going pink.
So you couldn't just go white.
Nah. They're just coloured.
They're all coloured.
Yeah. I think maybe silver was an option. But green's my favourite colour.
You said no to silver.
Yeah, green's my favourite colour. Emerald, because I'm a Gemini.
Are you into your star sign stuff?
Nah. I'm a Gemini. I'm May 31st. That's my birthstone. I'm on my birthday tomorrow, everyone. That's listening.
I'm glad you brought it up, Cheese. Because we were going to.
Oh, really?
Yes, we were going to test you about what you're up to this week. See if you went quiet. But, mate, you've come straight out the blocks. So, happy birthday for tomorrow, mate.
Thank you very much.
Last day of May.
Yeah, thumb's going good. Doctor's happy with the scar. And hopefully I'm back before they expected. I think they were looking at 8 weeks, but it's if all things go well, it could be 6.
That's great news.
So I'm going to be turning into Herb Elliott, like I said, on the running track. Get some fitness in, and I'm on a no carb diet. I've already lost 3 kilos.
Really? Yeah. Because you can't get you were saying you can't get.
Yeah. So for a week post op, you can't get it sweaty because if you get it sweaty and because you're not allowed to shower it, and if you get it sweaty and then it gets infected, there's another couple of weeks on till
You don't want that.
No.
Also, I've noticed the growth.
Yes, I'll be donning a beard until or as long as I can handle it, but until I'm back on the field, I'm going to try to grow a beard.
And that's 2 weeks now? Is that 3 weeks worth or 2 weeks worth?
This is about 3 weeks. Couple of trims. I get a bad neck beard, so a couple of trim up. Trying to chisel the jawline out. It's actually pretty shameful. I went into the club yesterday, first time I seen all the boys, and they took my skin folds, and it was very demoting. He did the normal skinny spots, and then he grabbed my double chin and my cheeks and put the little, the skin fold hook, put them on my cheeks, and then he was grabbing a heap of fat from the bottom of my chin, and he's put it on. I don't think I've felt that demoralised before. Because I've already got it's in my genetics, I've already got a double chin, but yeah, hopefully I get those skinnies down.
I'm sure with no carbs and plenty of running, it's going to happen. How are things at the Roosters there?
I went in yesterday. I was only there for a brief moment. I wasn't training or anything. I just went and did the team meeting with them, saw how everyone was. But yeah, they're back to normal spirits and knowing they got a job to do. And got the Bulldogs in the Central Coast, but yeah, everything seemed normal. Robbo seemed normal, so hopefully the boys go out there this weekend and smoke the Bulldogs. I know you'll be going for the Bulldogs.
Hopefully not for this week. Just leave it a week. Be nice. I do think the Roosters will come good. Just maybe another week, please. Mate, obviously, all the attention, for the majority of this show is going to be on State of Origin, and like it is in the rugby league world, it's been a crazy few 48 hours in the build-up. Like the team selections, a lot of people picking that apart. The Blues star man goes down with a calf injury.
Yeah,
mate. Do you reckon it's gonna I think
it's a massive loss.
It's huge. Well, the betting markets have moved instantly.
Yeah,
they were quick to react.
It's a massive loss. I actually went through because I did some video at the club to try to help out the Roosters against Bulldogs, and I actually watched Latrell the Rabbitohs versus Bulldogs game. And I watched how Latrell played, and I actually was like gobsmacked. My jaw was dropped. I was like, I've never seen someone do that to a team like just by himself. Scored like 3 tries, had 3 try assists. So as a Queenslander fan, I am glad to see he's got a torn calf. Hopefully for a longer time, for next time we play the Bunnies.
It's a bit of a strange one. They said like between 1 and 3 weeks. I'm like, what? Why is it not 1 and 2 or 2 and 3? Like, why 1 to 3 weeks? But anyway, it's going to have a huge effect on New South Wales.
Yeah,
Huge effect.
Yeah, I agree. But when I picked my State of Origin team, I left Turbo out, and I picked Stephen Crichton. So
right, okay.
So I'm a big fan of Stephen Crichton.
Man,
just defensively and athleticism, I'm a big fan of him. He goes on the wing with Tor, doesn't he?
I believe so, yes. Yeah. Look, Stephen Crichton is an amazing footballer.
Yeah.
But Latrell Mitchell can do
he
things
can do
that only Latrell can do. And when it comes
literally only he can do. Like,
Yeah.
he's the one player that has stuff that no one else can do.
Yeah, like, he's in such great touch at the moment, making the game look easy. Yeah, and it's funny to see Queensland react because reading in the press this week that it was going to be the hammer against Latrell and Val Holmes against Tommy Trbojevich, but now they've switched. So I think Val and the hammer are going to swap sides.
I wonder what it is, because like by the
It doesn't
looks
make
of
sense
it,
to me.
By the looks of it, like to me, Billy backs Hammer to be the best defensive center on the field, because he's gone. Okay, I'm gonna put you up against Latrell Mitchell, probably the most devastating center in the game, even if he's ever been at fullback. And then now Tom Trbojevic is probably the second best.
Yeah,
like I guess with the most attacking threats, and he's swapped him to put the.
It's a huge confidence boost to give the hammer.
Yeah.
Huge confidence boost, like.
And he's been playing well, like really well, the hammer. He deserves that spot, but center's a different ball game. Like
they don't have to do much, but when they do, it's... Yeah. I'm surprised to see them make a reactive change. Like, I don't know. Like, obviously, he knows the ins and outs more than I do, but...
If it's like Turbo, but if Turbo's playing like he has in recent Origins, he's not really in centre too often, is he?
No.
He's usually roaming the whole field.
Yeah.
So...
Just adds to the build-up, though, doesn't it? I can't wait for Wednesday night. It's going to be amazing. We're going to take a quick break from the show to talk about our new partner, AG1. Now, I love AG1. I've been taking them for about 6 months now. I've noticed multiple health benefits. My gut feels better. My focus is more clear. My intensity in my workouts has gone up as well. And this is all thanks to AG1. It's the one-stop solution for all your supplement needs. I love starting my day with a refreshing glass of AG1. So simple. 1 scoop in the glass, some cold water, give it a stir, or if you want to go fancy and get the shake, do that as well. But it's so easy. It takes out the guesswork with your supplement requirements. If you miss it in the morning, take it at night. I never miss a day with AG1, and I am reaping the rewards from it. And the best thing about it is it tastes great too. And you can really start to feel the benefits. Have it as a simple part of your routine, and you'll see the benefits too. So if you're looking to make positive change with your health outcomes, check out AG1. You will not be disappointed. There's 75 high-quality ingredients. Take care of all your nutritious needs every single day. It's a small habit that you start and gets big results. If a comprehensive solution is what you need from your supplement routine, then Athletic Greens is giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. So to check out this exclusive Buy Round listeners deal, head to athleticgreens.com/buy round. That's athleticgreens.com/buy round. Your only place to get the free 1-year supply of vitamin D from Athletic Greens plus 5 free travel packs. Make sure you check it out or click in the show notes where we'll have that link for you as well. Please don't delay and get your Athletic Greens today. Who do you think the key players are to get the victory? So think we'll start with Queensland. Who you thinking? If Queensland win, who's got to play well?
Cameron Munster.
Yeah.
And I think that you'd be the same, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Maybe Harry Grant coming on from dummy half to break the game open. I think that interchange role could be key. That could be a big game changer, but yeah.
Yeah, especially when there's a lot of fatigue. There's only one hooker. They're carrying a small bench, New South Wales. They've got Murray, Liam Martin. They're not exactly small, but
I know
they're not the big boys.
Yeah.
So there'll be a lot of fatigue in the game. There's always fatigue in the game. And Harry, that's his separation from everyone else, is his fitness and ability to take control of the fatigue. So that's important. But Munster's your main man.
Yeah.
Every game they've won, it's been because of Munster.
Yeah. Do you reckon they'll say on the team sheet, no show and goes from Cameron Munster, and someone will take one? Tends to happen a lot.
He's just got this weird knack of being able
Fooling
to fool
you.
people.
Yeah. It makes you look like an idiot.
Yeah.
Because you know it's coming. You've been pre-warned it's coming by everyone.
Yeah.
And you just don't want to be that guy that goes, oh, I've looked away. Oh, God.
You remember when Cam McInnes got done? He tried to dive.
Oh, yes, I do. Oh, my God. Yes, yes. It was against the Sharks of the week. Oh, dear. He's a freak at what he does, Cameron Munster. And I think if he plays well, Queensland will be in the fight. I think there'll be a lot of spotlight on Reece Walsh's performance as well. Cameron Munster can't do it on his own, but Reece Walsh is.
Yeah, well, I think for like them players, the debutants to have the best crack at playing their best, I think Munster has to be on his game to allow them to be able to spread their wings, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Build their confidence up with some of his, I don't know what you call it, some of the shit he does.
Yeah.
And Reece Walsh, I think he can really break a game open.
Yeah, if he can get in some space, get some 3-on-2s happening.
Well, he'll make space. He is that quick. He's grease lightning.
Be interesting to see how he goes under the high ball and the attention.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times the Broncos have dominated games and they've dominated the energy battle. So when opposition teams kick, they can't invest as much energy into that kick chase. But it's going to be coming.
But also he gets to work closely with Billy Slater.
Yes, true.
Very closely. So I think Billy would have just told him to play to his strengths and not try to be Billy Slater. But they have very similar attributes, I reckon. They both get very angry at their teammates. They demand perfection, and they both just do whatever they want to do.
Yeah. The forwards have got a big job as well to minimise the kick effectiveness of Nathan Cleary as well.
Yeah.
Put him under pressure, make him uncomfortable.
And that leads into who do you think the key player for New South Wales is?
Before we get there though, we'll touch on this after because it's a bit of a talking point itself. But yeah, New South Wales. Who
you go first?
Cleary. Yeah.
I was going to say Cleary as well because you need him putting the ball in the right people's hands and him putting the ball in the right position. Like Reece Walsh is obviously going to get a lot of attention with the high ball, and I think Tommy Chauvoi is going to be the guy that's coming for him. So I think it'd be a massive game for Nathan Cleary's shoe this week.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. One battle in particular I'm looking forward to. State of Origin is sold, state against state, mate against mate. Flegler versus Payne Haas. I'm not sure if Flegler will come off the bench.
Is Paddy Harrigan playing?
Yeah, Pac Harrigan's playing.
So them as well.
Yeah, him as well. But I
want to see a push and shove between them.
Flegler's got Carrigan's got it in him, but I think Flegler's got that button.
He's got that dog,
and
in
he's
him.
just got that.
He's got that dog.
Rattling the cage,
he's
man.
Got that
rattling
dog
the cage.
Yeah,
and then he'll come up against Payne Haas and
Yeah.
I reckon.
I hope there's no respect whatsoever.
Yeah. Oh mate, no way. I want to see those two go at it. I hope that they are on the field at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, that's a battle I'm looking forward to. But in all of this, what hasn't been spoken about in terms of influencing the game, and I think we're both in agreement that Nathan Cleary needs to dominate, but the referee in the bunker intervention this year.
Do they need to dominate?
I hope that they don't.
Yeah.
And I hope that they don't influence the game. And I hope on Thursday when we do Origin review, well, it's actually Gordon Tallis and Aaron Woods are coming in, so we've got one from each team instead of midweek matters this week. We've got Gordy.
That'll be fiery.
Mate, that'll be good because they've already been pot shotting each other in the press as well.
Yeah, because Woodsy loves to get under people's skin.
He does.
He's an absolute expert.
Gordy's already reacted, so we're going to get them both on these very chairs Thursday morning. Result fresh. Let them go at it and pick apart the game. So I don't know what I want more. I don't know whether I want Gordy happy or Woodsy happy. Which makes for the better show. But yeah, back to the referees. Like the last game of the round, the Manly v Newcastle game, referee was blowing all sorts of penalties.
Yeah.
We've had bunker interventions. I really hope that the game isn't being spoken about for the wrong reasons. And
I think the bosses know what they're doing. I think the NRL bosses are giving the refs a phone call, and mate.
Yeah, because there's been some kick pressure penalties given.
Oh, that one the other day was a shocker.
Yeah, there's been a few of those. There's been he still
had the ball when he hit him.
Yeah, there was I think it was the Dragons v Dolphins game, right? And
Jeremy Marshall King.
Yeah.
Put pressure on him. He still had the ball.
Yeah, Jeremy Marshall King got penalised for hitting him on late. He was literally still kicking the ball.
They've changed the wording. It's now they've putting him in a dangerous position.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. So if you hit them and they go in a dangerous position, then... But, like, you're tackling them all the time. He probably gets tackled 12 times a game. Gets put in the exact same position.
Yeah. I know.
And there's going to be plenty of kick pressure.
Amongst other things, like that's one small area of the game. Jeez. I just sincerely hope the bunker intervention, someone laying down for a bullshit hip drop that isn't a hip drop, because it seems the definition has changed again, or certainly what is being policed as a hip drop and 10 in the bin. Even the Jack de Belin one, that wasn't a hip drop as such, but you could make an argument for that being a penalty.
Yeah, I didn't even think it was a penalty, See, I get in that position a lot, so. But I thought he made contact with thigh, and then because he hit him with a lot of force, it kind of bent that knee in as well. That's what I think. Probably.
Yeah. Like I say, I really don't want to be talking about this for the rest of the week, and the build up into Origin 2 is, well, that decision determined the result or had a big impact on it.
Yeah.
Do you reckon New South Wales now are under more pressure and need to win this game one more than Queensland? Like, Queensland are going to be going in. Queensland have the game 2 in their backyard. Like, is all the pressure on New South Wales?
Yeah, I do actually. I think I was on the other fence. I was thinking Queensland need to win it, but no, I do with the Queensland game being the second game. Yeah, you don't want to be going into that game 1-0 down. If they get that one in Queensland, you've lost the series. But and I just think personally, I think the New South Wales side is stronger. And there's a lot of room for improvement for the Queensland team if they don't perform. And I think you can't wait to find out in game 2. So Yeah, I reckon New South Wales. What do you reckon?
I'm the same. I think there's more pressure on New South Wales to win.
I feel like there's
one.
always more pressure on New South Wales though. It's the Queensland way. It's the Queensland spirit.
It does seem to work out that way. And if this game was in Queensland, I don't think it would be. Then the pressure's on Queensland. But the fact that it's at a neutral venue and then you go to Queensland, I think that just adds more pressure. And it'd be the same if it was neutral venue into New South Wales, into Sydney.
Have you played at the stadium?
In Adelaide, no.
Yeah, very slippery.
Is it?
Yeah, it gets watery as very slippery. So I wonder if that played a part because there's a like the Penrith boys are pretty good wet track, but
they're not good in the rain.
No, not. I mean, they're pretty good. They're dry track bullies. So I wonder if it plays a part in it.
I hope no one slips over because that really annoys me, especially if they're not wearing metal studs.
Oh.
That was a bit of a pet hate of mine. Like, it's a slippery surface, and you go.
That's
like
Bellamy as well.
Mate, players not like change your boot sponsor, get a pair of metal studs in there, like no messing.
Know your terrain.
Is that what he used to say? Well, good on him because it's a variable that's within your control. You can't control the weather, you can't control the surface, but you can control your boots.
Unless you can't afford boots and you don't get sponsors.
A good tradesman never blames his tools, as they say. Adelaide, speaking of, not a sellout.
Yeah. But, see, is it time to get rid of the neutral venue? Like, how can you make that fair?
That's true. I guess Adelaide has paid to host it because they would be in competition.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't see how there's a better outcome. Like, how can you make it even if you're not playing a neutral plane?
You'd imagine that.
Or you could go like 2 New South Wales games this year, 2 Queensland games this year.
But I think there's been a game on the road for a number of years now. And yeah, it's for me, it's just disappointing that Adelaide at this point will have spare seats. It's a shame because it deserves more. But I guess, look, they'll have done their research on it and seen that there's plenty of upside. If it's not full, then certainly the players won't be worried. But I guess it's the
what's the stadium hold there?
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's just a PR battle between us and the AFL, which no doubt, and perhaps rugby union as well.
Yeah, well,
they'll have a bit of a laugh and a poke at us for that, especially. Yeah. Anyway.
Do AFL games sell out in Queensland?
Don't know.
I don't think the Gabba sells.
No, but still, it's our jewel in our crown. I was going to say the crown in the jewel, but it'll just be, it's bad for PR. Anyway, what about predictions? Winner, score, and man of the match.
I've got winner. New South Wales.
Even though you're a Queensland
fan? know. But we're bringing it home too.
Right, okay. Yeah. So you're gonna win it on enemy territory, yeah?
Nah, we're gonna win in Sydney. I'll be there surely. I've got 24-10 and Nathan Cleary.
Ooh. Mate, I've gone New South Wales 22, Queensland 16, Cleary. Great minds almost think alike.
Oh, I thought the obvious one would be Turbo because he's won a lot of them, hasn't he?
I don't think he's going to have I don't think he's going to get free reign this time though.
Yep. They're going to do a lot of work on him. But yeah, that's
your prediction.
That's my prediction.
And that's the prediction for game one, but then a Queensland to go
Queensland
back
win
home.
56-0 next game.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, we've got some origins coming up in the listeners' questions to go over, but there is some football to be played this week. What have you made of Canberra's decision to rest Jarrod Croker? It's just played game 299, Ricky Stewart says it's not Jarrod's choice. He's going to rest him so he can have his 300 in Canberra, celebrate with the fans, make it a real celebration. Well, a couple of points. They're playing the West Tigers this week. If you're a West Tigers player, are you feeling a little bit like disrespected by that?
No, I don't think I would feel. I'd feel like I don't think he's resting him for the betterment of the team. To be honest, I think he's just resting him for Jarrod Croker. So
I'd be fuming.
Yeah, I would. If you were a West Tiger,
no. If I was Croker,
yeah.
Tigers, I'd be. No.
Yeah, see, I think I wouldn't want to miss out. I'd just want to have 2 birthday parties. Just celebrate it there at the West Tigers and then celebrate it again with the fans.
I agree. And the last thing I'd want to do is make it more about me. Like, I'd hate that feeling.
Yeah.
Like, no, don't. But...
But surely they would have come together and talked about it.
Well, it didn't appear so. So I think Ricky Stewart...
Ricky's just come out and gone,
well, he was
sorry, Jarrod, you're not playing,
Well, I think
mate.
he was asked, it's going to be a 300... He was asked in the post-game press conference from last week's victory against South, and he was asked, like, what are you planning? It's Jarrod's Croker's 300th game next week. No. It's going to be the week after.
So he's thought about this way earlier. Yeah, I'd be fuming if I was him, but
I'd be knocking on his door saying, "Please, just let's double
That is you bring up a good point though. That just makes everything about you.
Yeah.
Even this week is about you. You're resting.
Yeah. Well, you can imagine all the stick he's getting from his teammates, being like, "Oh, Grogs, what? Oh, yeah, it's your day. It's your day." Like, that would be horrible.
Yeah,
that would be horrible. But I mean,
then he is setting up. Who have they got next week?
Warriors,
because he is setting up a massive game for that. Both emotionally for the team. So maybe he thinks he can get the job done against West Tigers, and then he needs some help against the Warriors.
I know, but also as well, like anytime you're involved in like a big game or something like this, you just want to get it over with, or get all the.
You'd be so nervous. You'd be double nervous.
You'd want all the crap over and done with. You just, like, this week, you'd be going, oh, God, they're going to be making it all about me. I'm going to do this. It's like, I don't know. But honestly,
do you know Croaks?
I've actually played with him at All-Stars, yeah.
I was going to say, maybe he loves it.
Yeah.
This is all about me, baby.
That's not the impression that I get from meeting him or having a week or two with him in All-Stars camp. But, mate, you could be right. You'd be like, I'm the big dog. Like, of course I deserve it, and they should pack it out for me. Like, I
don't make my coffees today.
I've bust my arse for this club. Get down and cheer me on. But in all seriousness, though, like, when it comes around, we'll speak about it next week. It's a huge achievement for him, especially with the recent journey that he's been on. Anyway, Cheese. Now to my favourite part of the show. Do you know how I feel?
How do you feel?
I feel like a Tooheys or two. And we want to know how our listeners feel, or they want to know how we feel about some certain issues in the game. So we got some questions come in. This first one is from Owen. With Nathan Cleary playing with an infected tooth. Sorry, let me repeat that. I went a bit... With Nathan Cleary playing with an infected tooth, what's the most painful injury you've played with?
I probably just got off the field from it was pretty painful with my old thummy because playing hooker, you kind of use your grip to your advantage when you're passing the ball. So I couldn't grip at all, and every time I passed the ball, it felt like my hand was going with the ball because it was floppy, and it was pretty painful. But I remember I got injured at training one time on the wrestle mats at Melbourne Storm. It was actually Nelson Asafa Solomona. So we had to do this drill where you like run, turn around, and then the guy coming at you got to quickly bend down and tackle. And
you're partnered
when I was with
Nelson. Oh, God.
It was my first year.
That was your...
No, it was my first year, and that's what they do. They
throw you in it.
They throw you in the deep end. And I swear they tell him to go hard on you. Like... Because he's every new guy on the block, and then you have to get like this badge of honor for him to like treat you normal. And then I put my knee out, and his knee just hit mine, went straight over top of me. And then I kept going on the wrestle mat, and my knee got so sore. I thought it was just a cork. Then after the wrestle, we had to go out on the field and train, and I was hobbling along. I was like, mate, this sucks. Then again, I'm standing, we're defending the line, just a little training scrimmage. And Nelson's taken a scoop from dummy half, dove straight at my knee. Oh God, what the... I've gone up the run, and Craig's getting into me. He's like, what's wrong with you? Go get it sorted. I turned out I broke my patella.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I had a surface fracture on my patella, and I was out for 12 weeks. And that, my friends, was painful. I tried to keep going because it was my first year trying to improve yourself, but yeah, that sucked.
Well, at least you had a crack.
See, yeah. Literally.
I think mine was a sternum injury I had in the Super League. I think it was round 2, and someone's just raised the elbow into it. And then just for the rest of the year, just carrying it. I did get injections every week to play, but training was awful. Had the pad on. Can't really do weights. What a shame. Chest sore. But I can remember it got that bad towards the end of it. Like, play a lot of football anyway, but I was like, it was still painful all season. And then when the doc would go to put the injection in, there'd been that much scar tissue there, like in the injection site, that like when he put the needle in, you could hear it like crumpling through the scar tissue. And he was like, I was like, what's that? And he's like, that's just scar tissue we're going through. And I was like, because I'd had that many needles going the sternum in the same spot, it was like difficult to get it in, and he couldn't approach it from a different area. I can still, and like sometimes it like the needle would like bend through the scar tissue, and he's like, So yeah, that was probably the most painful injury I've played with. It was great once it kicked in.
I don't reckon
amazing.
Yeah.
But then there was a game maybe where there must have been a big stoppage, and then like towards the back end it wears off, and you just like.
Did you like run out of breath? Because I broke my sternum when I was a young fellow, when I was like 16, 17. Like, but I was like proper broke it.
Yeah, I didn't break it. Mine was just I don't know what it was.
Yeah, and like every time, so I got in a car accident. I fell asleep while I was driving. It was 6:30 in the morning. I was driving to pick my brother up. He had to go to work, and I fell asleep and ran head on into another car. And the seatbelt, because the seatbelt I had it on, it pulled me through and broke my sternum. And bro, I remember I got out of the car, and I would, like, every time I moved, I'd just lose every bit of my breath. And I was like, and then I fainted near this light post, and I woke up in the ambulance. And then when I played, if I got hit, look, I'd have a guard, but if it got hit, I'd just like instantly run out of like oxygen. Like, are you winded?
No, that didn't have it that bad. Mine was just some bruising or something. I don't know, but I remember the next day, once it's completely worn off, because obviously it just numbs the pain. You're still getting all those impacts to it. And there's a few games where obviously it's been tested out, but I've not felt it. But shit, I felt it the next morning. Oh my God.
It's sort of like a toothache though. Like if you've got an injury that just goes on throughout the year, it sucks.
I wonder if Cleary will have it out, or whether they'll just get it jabbed, or
I don't know. I think you forget about it when you're playing.
Yeah, if you just get a painkiller injection. Yeah. Imagine if it goes wrong and all this.
I actually had to do that. I had an infected tooth. I got it pulled out.
You got it pulled out. You got it pulled out for a game, or?
Yeah, well, I had to get it pulled out. It was like Wednesday. It was a dying tooth, and then there was a big like cyst sort of thing on the side of it. And then I was just like, they're like, you can get root canal, and I've already had root canal before, and that sucks. So I was like, nah, just get rid of it.
Yeah. Well, hopefully Nathan's all right, and he's all good to play pain free, because it's no fun playing in pain. Part of the job, but still no fun. This message is from Danny. What was your welcome to NRL moment? Maybe it was the Nelson charging at your knee. I don't know. Do you have a moment where you're like, oh, I'm in the NRL here?
Nah. See, I've been asked this question before, but I can't really like think of anything. I guess like mine was when I first played with, like when I first had a game, and I remember I tried to do like, so I played hooker. I'd come off the bench against the Knights. I tried to do like this grubber, and I was like, never done a grubber. Haven't done that at training at all once. And then we ended up getting a result. Someone knocked it on. And then Cooper Cronk grabbed me and he's like, settle down. You can't do everything. I'm just looking at Cooper going, holy shit, this guy's... That's Cooper Cronk there. Yeah. Whoa. But yeah, that was like a big whoa.
I reckon mine was... I think it was second or third game, and what didn't happen on the field, I'd never played at ANZ Stadium as it was at the time, so going to the game and like getting to park underneath the stadium, I'd never done that.
Yeah.
And it was like, what the... like, no, where I'd come from at St. Helens, we'd park in like, there'd be like a player's car park and you'd get mobbed on the way, and it's like, you know, rackety out, like not the best, and we just playing this like this. I was at St. Helens when they had their old stadium. They actually moved into the new stadium the year I left, so I was at the old stadium. That was just like, yeah, just a bit, you know, people just walking in and around and whatever. Some geezer on, oh, have you got your car park pass? Like, mate, I'm here every week. I'm a player. Like, anyway, yeah. Then
I'll go touch on something after that.
Come into ANZ and it's like, oh, we're actually under the stadium and like there's proper security check of what's going on. I'm like, I remember being like, wow, this is something else. This, because I don't think any of the stadiums in England at that point had that, like that car park facility in the ground. Like they were, even when you turned up to a ground, you just parked the bus, and just walk on. Like not go in underground. I remember just being
we didn't get to do that in Melbourne. It's still, but yeah, the funny story. We used to park. So there's like a little gate, and you have to have your ticket, your car park pass or whatever to go into it, and you park behind the boom gates. The public's everywhere though, so they can still walk behind the boom gates and get a photo. But I was at Melbourne for 6.5 years. And for 4 of those years, there was this ticket guy. Every single game, every single home game, he'd go, Harry, how you going?
Oh.
and your name's on a list. Your name's on a list. And I'd never pulled him up on it once. I never pulled up on it once. And I was like, yep, Harry Grant here, mate. And I'd get him the ticket off. And then Harry, when he'd come in, he'd always have problems. So he'd have to start going, oh, has Brandon been in here yet? And then he'd get my name ticked off. But for 4 years straight, this guy just every time I drove into the game would just go, Harry, how you going? Yeah. I'd always have people in the car too, and I go, look at this guy, he's gonna call me Harry. He's gonna call me Harry, walk over. Sure enough.
Well, at least good on him. He's doing his job, right? And he's not watching the game though. He's staying at that car park, making sure your cars are protected.
But I wasn't upset because Harry's not a bad looking bloke, so at least he wasn't calling me I don't know. Who's ugly in my team? Alex McDonald.
But you know what I mean? Like at least he's not just there as like getting a free ticket. I mean, hang on, that's not how you're going. That's like, you know, he's protecting the cars from the rowdy Melbourne public, no doubt.
I hope one day he figures it out.
Did he leave or did he figure it?
I left. So he was still there.
Ah.
So I hope one day he's probably figured it out by now.
You'd hope so.
And he's gone, holy shit.
Because Harry Grant, now you've left, would be going in there and going, Harry Grant, and he'd go,
wait a minute, you're not that strapping young Kiwi, man. But imagine when he figured it out though. Holy shit, I've been calling this guy the wrong name for 4 years.
I do it in commentary near enough every week, Cheese, so I can relate to him. Last question from Greg. Now, this is a complicated one. I have 6 eggs. I cracked 2. I fry 2, and I eat 2. How many eggs do I have left?
Should we write our answers on our piece of paper and then discuss? Because I don't want to say my answer and you. That's different to your answer.
Okay. For this question to be asked, I've got more questions.
You've always got more questions.
I've not got an answer. I've got questions to ask. But based off the information available to me, I've gone with 4. Yeah.
As have I. Because you crack 2, obviously you're going to fry them. Because if you don't crack them, you're not frying them. And you're eating 2. You're not eating 2 eggs with the shell still on them. I mean, you could, but you're not, because that'd be foul. And you're not frying an egg without cracking it. So I'm going with 4.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I mean,
is it possible to fry an egg without cracking it?
I just think whatever the process is, you can crack them, you can fry them, but you've only eaten 2, so that there's only 2 gone, which leaves 4 left over in whatever state. It doesn't say which state. Like, if I've cracked 2 eggs, right, and then I crack another 2 and fry them, so I've got 2 in the cracked form, 2 in the fried form. Like, if someone came over and go, "Have you got any eggs?" Go, "Sorry, I don't have any. No, I've got none left." Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But for the purposes of this question, perhaps it's like, how many do you have left? Well, it depends who's asking. Because if it's a neighbour that's knocking around going like, "Mate, I'm just making some pancakes. You wouldn't have, I fucking ran out of eggs, bastard. Can I have an egg?" I go, "Sorry, mate. They're all in the process of being used."
I would say he's a fried egg because no one eats eggs with pancakes. That is foul.
You need an egg in the batter.
Oh, right. Well, and
this goes to show. I
used the pancake mix.
Hey, you've been using the pancake mix a bit too often, Mr. Smith. Mate, and whoa, as well. You've never had like pancakes with a side of bacon and eggs?
Nah, bacon, no eggs.
Mate, a little bit of eggs, mix it up.
Nah, bacon, but smother that bacon, cover that bacon in bloody maple syrup.
Made an error.
What?
Made a huge error. Mate, the maple syrup, don't put maple syrup on your pancakes.
Yeah, I'll smother the bacon in them.
What about, do you put the maple syrup on the pancakes?
Yeah.
Have a little side bowl. Cut your pancake, dip the pancake into the syrup.
No, see,
because the syrup absorbs. The pancake absorbs the syrup and then they dry out.
This is what would happen. But when I eat, I put as much food in my mouth as I can, like physically possible. Like if I'm eating popcorn, it's like 12 pieces of corn until it. And if there's a little bit of room, you try to scoff the thing, and then I drink the drink and then smush it all down.
Oh,
that's how I eat So when I eat pancakes, it's a massive serving. So if I was to put a little bowl of maple syrup, I would only be able to cover a quarter of the.
No, but you design your bowl however you like, so you can just dip it in.
So you're saying I'd need a big bowl,
potentially, or like a narrow, deep bowl, almost like a cup. Dip it all in. Boom. Mate, big error. Anyone that pours the maple syrup, you got to put it in a bowl and dip. You get much better experience. But also, cheese, you do need eggs to make pancakes.
Yes. But you could use a cracked egg to make pancakes.
Yeah, no, but if old mate's coming round going, have you got any eggs left? Like, honestly, that's the question. Have you got any eggs left? At the moment, no. Because of even whatever state they're in. Oh, well, sorry.
Yeah, you would say, I would say, have you got any eggs left? I go, mate, I've got 2 cracked ones and a fried one, but... will that help you?
What are you needing for? I feel like eggy soldiers, so I'm going to boil some. Sorry, mate. If you wanted to fry a couple, I've got some that cracked. There's a shitload of shell in them here, but you can fish it out.
But that's the thing, you can't fry an egg that's not cracked. That's boiled. You cannot do it.
Yeah, maybe if you just said, mate, if you come around 5 minutes ago, I'd had 6. But mate, I've just been playing this little game here.
Is that you, Jonty? Piss off, mate. You're always asking me for shit.
I'm trying to answer a question here. I'm trying to figure this out. Mate, you've really come at a bad time. And you maybe just go to the shop, get your own eggs.
Yes.
So I don't know. I'm sure one of our listeners will give us. I wasn't going to say the correct answer. I was going to say an answer. But it's very much.
I think 4's the correct answer. With your logic that once you've eaten 2, they're gone, but the fried and the cracked, they're still physically there, and they're still eggs. Just because it's a fried egg doesn't mean it's not an egg. Just because you're a fried human doesn't mean you're not a human. See?
I know what you're saying.
4. It's 4. No if, buts, or maybes.
All right. Cool. Well, that's a a great, perplexing way to finish this. Learn something new. Cheese gets the or you get the shake and bake, whatever it's called.
Get the shake one. Get some Cadbury chocolate drops. Chuck them in sometimes.
Stop it. I'm hungry now.
I actually haven't eaten today.
No carbs as well.
I'm on a fast. I've got an 18-hour fast.
Just think about that bacon, maple syrup.
Yeah, see,
pancake.
I'm going to make some bacon when I get home because I love bacon and I'll fry them as much as they can go, possibly be fried. So you eat them like chips.
Extra crispy. Chops. All right, well, that just about wraps us up for Jam and Cheese. Don't forget, no midweek matters, but we got Woodsy, Aaron Woods, and Gordon Tallis in for the Origin review coming out on Thursday afternoon.
I might just pop my head in for that one.
Yeah. All right, take it easy. Thanks for listening, guys. Oh, also, we got plenty of T-shirts available now, so please get on our link in the whatever it's called,
bio,
the bio, and go for your life. You can have a shirt just like this or in black. Thanks.